Hello, good morning. Our first issue is Pegasus software. On this issue, there's one more editorial also. Let us first understand what is this Pegasus and why do we call it as spyware. Pegasus is a malicious software or a software defense software developed by NSO. This is the company's name, Israeli Defense Software Company. This company develops software for various governments for surveillance purposes. Many defense agencies to keep tab on anti-national activities and to keep tab on various security threats, they go for defense softwares. This is one of that kind. An Israeli company has developed it. Now the issue is on many people, including rights activists, lawyers, politicians, opposition party leaders, not just in India, throughout the world, this software has been used for surveillance. See, we said it's a defense surveillance software, but it is used on many people, especially rights activists and lawyers, etc. In this context, it has become controversial issue now, and it is a zero-click software or zero-click spyware. What do we mean by it? In general, malwares and spywares they get installed in our system, let's say mobile phone or computer, by clicking on a particular link, malicious link. But this gets installed without us doing that. That's why it is called as zero-click software or zero-click spyware. Purpose of it is security surveillance, but how it is being used as per the recent reports is different. That's why it has become controversial. Next issue is monsoon session of parliament. Recently, monsoon session of Indian parliament started. Opposition parties, including many from various states, have protested against the farm acts or farm bills and against the petrol spike. Petrol prices, petrol and diesel prices increased. So on these two issues, many opposition parties have protested. In this context, both the houses have been adjourned multiple times. What do we mean by adjournment? Adjournment means temporary postponement. Multiple adjournments happened by the presiding officer. Now the question is, what is the purpose of parliament? Is it for protests or is it for deliberations? If the ruling party is not listening to the opposition parties, what is the choice left with the opposition parties? Is protesting good? These are the things that we should think on. Next issue is Mekadatu issue. Mekadatu is a project proposed on River Kaveri. This project is proposed to be built by Karnataka state for providing for water for industrial and municipal needs of Bangalore city. But Tamil Nadu, which is lower riparian state, says that if you build that particular project that is very near to Tamil Nadu and Karnataka border, that limits the water flow. That affects our farmers. That's the contention of Tamil Nadu. And then they said, we are not going to go for any negotiations. We are going to approach courts through legal means. Why? Because there's already an agreement called Kaveri River Water Management Agreement, or Kaveri River Water Management Authority is also there. So Tamil Nadu says that we will approach through legal means. Already Supreme Court has also intervened in Kaveri water sharing issue. So it's thought that it's all set. But now again, this project has raised the concerns over Kaveri River water sharing. Next issue is Supreme Court's order on arrest of Manipuri activist. Recently, Manipuri activist was arrested under National Security Act, and as a court has granted the bail, again the government has arrested him under Preventive Detention Act. Now Supreme Court intervened and said that, see, arresting under National Security Act for making social media comments on efficacy of cow dung and cow urine as cures of COVID-19 is not constitutionally tenable. It's not legal. Arrest is not legal. So release him immediately, and again detaining him under preventive detention is against the rights of a fundamental right to life and due process of law. So Supreme Court has ordered for immediate release of that particular person. Here the important question is criticism illegal? Can all criticisms be curbed through various means like National Security Act, Sedition Act or PD Act? Please think on it. Next issue is Indian Labour Conference. Few labour organizations have requested the government wrote a letter to Prime Minister to convene Indian Labour Conference session. Generally, every year, ILC is conducted to uphold the tradition of tripartism. Tripartism means tri means three. Tripartism means government, private sector, or the company and the labor. These three meet and they discuss about the issues. The last session was conducted in 2015. Only during the emergency period earlier, ILC was not conducted. Otherwise, every year the government used to convene this. Now it is the legal obligation on the government to convene this kind of session because India has ratified Convention number 144 of ILO, International Labour Organization, which strengthened the tripartite mechanism. In this context, see recently last year also government has passed labor codes. In this context, convening such sessions, going for consensus is important. Next issue is India Inequality Report 2021. I have placed the data that is given in the news article. This is important. We can use it in our answer writings. Oxfam India, this is an NGO, it has published this India Inequality Report 2021. This data is based on National Family Health Survey. This year's inequality report is on inequalities in the healthcare. So it shows that literacy rates improved among the social groups, but then SC/ST and SC/ST, specifically women, they lag behind general category in the literacy rates, and there exist gaps between female literacy rates among Muslims as compared to all other religious groups. And sanitation, 65% households, they improved the sanitary conditions, and from 2005 to 2006 and in 10 years period 2015 to 16, in between, inequalities still persist as compared to religious groups and caste groups in accessing sanitation and drinking water. Institutional deliveries also are less. That means in India, it's not the health inequalities is not just directly linked to the income levels. It is also linked to the religion and caste in which we born. Next issue is climate change and impact on alpine ecosystem. Alps is a mountain system, fold mountain system located in Europe. More recently, more than 10,000 new glacial lakes have been identified in the Alps region. What do we mean by glacial lake? When glaciers melt, they lead to formation of small glacial lakes due to the deposition of moraines. Swiss Alps, these are in steady decline in the recent years. In the last year itself, there's 2% decrease in the glacial melt or glacial ice. So in this context, we have Paris Agreement, which tries to reduce the greenhouse gases and which tries to protect the atmosphere from climate change. But then even if we implement the Paris Climate Agreement, 2/3 of alpine glaciers will be lost by 2000. That's according to the report. Next issue is reopening of schools and the existing challenges. See, as of now, schools, they provide for nutrition because of midday meal scheme and other nutritional programs, plus they provide for learning opportunities. As the schools have been shut in the last 1.5 years, there exists loss of nutrition and learning capabilities, loss of learning capabilities. In this context, there are calls for reopening of schools. Good. But then we have to think on few things. What are they? Lack of e-connectivity led to digital divides. Few students, they have learned, their learning capacities have increased in the few years, 1.5 year or 2 years, and others have not. In this context, there are examples from various countries. For example, in UK, national tutoring program that provides for one-to-one tutoring. But considering the population size in India and the resources available, this might not be a viable option for us. And other viable option is providing for bridge courses to catch up. Let's say learning loss has happened last year. So provide them extra sessions, bridge courses. That way, learning gaps and challenges in reopening the schools can be addressed. Next issue is surveillance reform is the need of the hour. So we have 2 acts which provides for surveillance in India. Legally, surveillance in India. One is Indian Telegraph Act, which allows for phone tapping, etc. Two is for Information Technology Act. So, Telephone Act provide for related to telephone conversations. IT Act is related to all communications using a computer resource. We have Section 69 of IT Act and Interception Rules of 2009. These provide for surveillance. These provide for surveillance, but then there is no transparency. What are the basis? What is the basis of surveillance? Who are under surveillance? See, the government need not give who are under surveillance because of the security concerns. But this should not be misused, yes or no? If misused, right to privacy, freedom of speech and expression, these things would get affected. In Puttaswamy case, it is said that right to privacy is a fundamental right. So it's the responsibility of the government to protect the fundamental right to privacy. Yes, there is a responsibility and obligation to provide for security. Good. But then it should be objective. It should not misuse its powers. That means even with or without Pegasus kind of softwares, government can go for surveillance. But India requires surveillance reforms. That's the gist of this. Next issue is making India a sporting nation. India is second largest populous country, but still medal tally in Olympics is very less. In this context, in the next week we are going to have Tokyo Olympics. There are certain general factors like average per capita income, living standards, population. These things they impact the medal tally. But in India's case it's not. Population is high. Comparatively per capita income is high, living standards are high as compared to some of the African and Latin American countries. But still their medal tally is high. They are getting more medals than us. In this context, building state-of-the-art infrastructure, one sport, one state, one sport kind of things, encouraging the real talent, providing for administrative reforms in the sport administration. These are the things that should be taken care of. Next issue is police reforms and towards humane police. Recently, custodial death cases are in news. In this context, custodial deaths, police behavior with the normal citizens. These things reveal us there's a reform. There is a need for reform in the police system. Indian Police Act that was legislated after a revolt of 1857. This is to bring in the efficient administration to curb the future revolts. The same act has been in use now. That means police were to always comply with the rules, those who are in power. So in this context, there need police reform. Prakash Singh versus Union of India case. So in that particular case, 7-point directive, Supreme Court has given 7-point directive. Along with them, humanizing the police, proper training facilities, training in human resources, going for better evidence collection mechanisms, the use of third degree, these are common things. So, use of scientific evidence collection mechanisms, these things will change the nature of policing and police system in India. These are today's articles. Thank you very much. All the very best.